Hello. So, I've caused a spark in the Gorilla Tech community in the last few days. If you've seen my last two videos, you would know they were all about the company KID and how I personally don't think it's going to be a very good thing. But I'm tired of hearing about me because I've already gotten, a fair share of hate. So, let's move away from my thoughts and opinions on this topic, and why don't we have some other YouTubers? So, that's what I've done. I've gotten 4 fairly big YouTubers, and we're going to be talking and chatting with them. So let's get right into it. All right, we got Le Savage Boy here, or whatever his name's right here, right? Le Savage dude.
Yeah,
All right. So basically, this entire thing is I'm just going to ask him his thoughts about this, see what he thinks about KID. Cough cough. This thing sucks. So yeah. Just overall, how do you feel about the announcement about this? Like.
It had me really mad. Wait, can I cuss? I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, it pissed me off like a lot. Like this is, I think it's ridiculously stupid, and almost everyone agrees with me. I'm like the Gorilla Tech subreddit, and like almost every Gorilla Tech YouTube comment section I'm seeing.
Except finger painters, because finger painters are biased.
Yeah, except finger painters or Gorilla Tech YouTubers with a bunch of subscribers. They don't want to admit that their game's doing stupid things.
Like cough cough, RJ the Shade, cough cough. That's just.
Yeah, it's like. I just think this is the stupid, like maybe the stupidest thing Gorilla Tech's ever done for their own game.
And
mountains.
How do you think this is going to impact Gorilla Tag?
I think the player count might drop I think it's going to make the lobbies a lot less fun because all the young kids, there's going to be a lot of less like screamers. I know people find that annoying, but it's like it kind of helps liven up the game sometimes. There's going to be a lot less young kids screaming, which could be good, could be bad. There's going to be a lot less people. Like there's gonna be more older people, I guess, but there's also gonna be a huge player spike because a lot of skeptical parents aren't gonna want to sign up for this.
Exactly. I want to.
They're not gonna want to provide the last 4 digits of their social security number.
And another thing is like people are mad about a kids game getting rid of kids, and like.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Because they know their game is full of kids. Like they know like 90% of this game is like under the age of 14 or under the age of 13. Or
how can you? Why are you saying yay? Mini games kids are gone. Gorilla Tag's a kids game. You're playing a kids game.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, there's gonna be kids.
They liven up the game. They're like all the player base. They probably spend all the money too, so they're gonna.
Exactly.
It could also impact a lot of their income.
Yeah, it's just, mommy, can I have credit card, please? It's.
Yeah.
That's all it is, pretty much.
Like. All those cosmetics that they spend money on, if they're actually, well, I mean, if their parents already got them money to get that, but I gotta think about that one.
Now you ain't gotta mention any names because I know that could spark some controversy.
Yeah,
but like, what do you think about the most of the content creators kind of just like using this and saying it's a good thing?
I think a lot of them just don't know a lot about the situation. But a lot of like, the finger painters. I feel like if they speak wrong about it, Gorilla Tag's just gonna like either remove their finger painter or like shun them more and like stop caring about them as much. So I kind of understand the finger painters because, I mean, they're just trying to.
Yeah, if you guys notice, big people like J-Man Curly have stayed quiet.
Yeah, other YouTubers defending it who don't have the finger painter, that's kind of questionable.
Yeah.
Even if they're trying to get everyone's respect, but I just don't think it's a good idea.
Honestly, if you want respect right now, it's honestly you'll get more respect by saying this is a bad thing than saying it's a good thing.
Exactly.
Because
that's what I'm thinking.
Because you're not like being held down by Gorilla Tag, so you can say whatever you want.
Like the Jock Clamps video.
Yeah, Jock Clamps is being held at gunpoint.
Yeah, can't believe that, bro. Ridiculous.
He made a full video saying it's a good thing. It's not a good thing, but
Oh my gosh. Yeah. He's like one of the biggest YouTubers there. He's like what, like almost 2 million subscribers. And
I find it funny that he didn't even like say the full thing. He just said email, and that's why so many people.
Yeah, he just like went over it. He didn't say any verification, any like time, like he just didn't even say anything about signing up or anything like that. Ridiculous.
And it's just like, chill out, Gorilla Tag. Why are we doing this? What's the point of this?
Yeah, I don't. It's so I don't know if you're gonna originally point this out, but a lot of people they were talking about saying it was the law. It was because of a new amendment type of thing.
That's
it's called what? COPA? I think it's called COPA 2026.
That is I don't know if I should say this because I might get a little bit of backlash, but other games are doing this to commend the new law, but you don't have to do all these extra steps. It's mostly a verified email. That's it.
Yeah, because I looked at this. I read through a lot of it. I haven't read through the whole thing yet, so if I'm missing something too. A lot of it's about like protecting your child's like safety, but not in like voice chat. It's about protecting them from giving they need parental consent to give the game information, not to like tell if you have
basically
voice chat
just
or not. That's as far as I've read.
You're basically just giving these games permissions to pretty much sell your child's data. That's pretty much all it is.
Yeah, like that's different. Yeah. So I don't really think, and I don't know if they had to use a whole other external website that's super sketchy that almost no other game that I've seen has used.
Exactly.
To, like mention it all.
And also, I even mentioned this in my first video. This is the first project that KID is working with. I mentioned that.
Exactly. I don't know how they trust KID so much.
And also, KID didn't go public until March 2024. So.
Really? Not even a year. Actually, yes, it has been a year.
Yeah, but still crazy. I'm not giving all this information away to this one company. All right, but the last kind of question is.
Yeah.
Do you personally think that this is going to affect the game in a good way?
No.
That's all it is. It's not good at all.
Yeah, because less people online, less income for the game, less effort in the updates. If it gets too bad, less effort in the updates, and therefore less players.
I do want to mention
less
something.
Playtime too, because I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
The younger kids are gonna play more.
Yeah, you're the guest here.
And they're all gonna be not able to talk, so they're not gonna play as much.
But the one thing is, I've heard a rumor going around that apparently kids are gonna be put in a separate server.
Well, that's I'm 99.9% sure it's a lie.
Okay.
Because why would they put them in a separate server? Because giving them voice chat and letting them talk to the same amount of people doesn't protect them any more than taking away their voice chat.
Exactly. But I do have to say something. One of my main points in my video was, if Gorilla Tag cares so much about protecting kids in quotation marks, why haven't they done anything about the known pedophiles?
Exactly, and why haven't they upped moderation? How come every single lobby there's someone screaming a slur?
Exactly.
It's crazy.
And what happened to their whole...
But they care about not
I thought they were going to do voice moderation, which I thought, it's fine, I guess.
That too, yeah.
What happened to that? That's just not there anymore?
Apparently they got rid of that.
Yeah.
People are saying that with the KID, if you lie about your age, they're gonna try to ban you, and if they do that, if the KID ever does go to any other games, it's gonna probably perma-ban you on those too.
Exactly.
So it's basically just gonna I don't know how it would detect if you're lying about your age, because it's AI detecting your voice is going to be stupid, because I know a lot of 15, 16-year-olds who sound like they're 10.
Exactly.
I mean, you can see how that would go wrong. So I don't think they can really add voice moderation.
Yeah, it's terrible, honestly. But the thing that really gets me is face scan and credit card. They do not need those.
That's ridiculous.
They don't need that.
With the credit card thing too, it said it would also, there's a chance I can try to find where it said it, so I was looking through the terms of service and stuff like that. It said there's a chance that it would charge your thing 50 cents.
Yeah.
I know it's a tiny bit, but it should never need to charge it.
It's not a paid service.
I feel like that's just total bullshit.
Yeah, and it's not a paid server either. It's
Exactly, yeah, that too.
I don't understand. Gorilla Tag has never been a paid game. It is a free game.
So insane to me how there's
the only paid part of Gorilla Tag was the cosmetics. That's it. Only thing that was paid.
Yeah, that's optional. You don't actually have to do that. Yeah.
Exactly. And I hate how they release a good update, which is the Ghost Reactor update, and then they do this. It's terrible.
This update, I was actually having some fun playing public lobbies and stuff the other day.
Exactly. And I went into some public lobbies, and it surprises me the amount of people that didn't know this was happening. It actually just genuinely.
Exactly, yeah.
I thought I already made this thing pretty clear, but no, most people don't even know what this is. So, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, a lot of the really, some people are just gonna have to log on and think I can't wait for another day of Gorilla Tag. It's summer, and then they figure out that they have to do all this, and that their parents are gonna not let them play and just never play Gorilla Tag again, or any other game they added.
Exactly. It's just... Yeah, so, that's the end of this yap session. I guess we'll go on to the next one.
Thank you.
Thanks, Savage Boy, for coming in. So.
Thank you for having me here.
Alright, I'm here with Nova GT now, and basically we're going to be getting his thoughts on KID, just see what he thinks about it, and, so how do you think this is going to impact the Gorilla Tag community?
I think that this is going to severely impact the amount of players, and I actually don't really think this is going to benefit what they're trying to do. I think this is just going to complete, and they're going to regret it in the end.
Alright, so do you think that all the steps of verification is unnecessary?
besides like the email makes sense.
Yeah, email makes sense.
I don't think they need face, credit card. That isn't. You don't need that. That's
Yeah,
all
exactly.
extra. I'm not doing that.
Exactly, me too. Most of us might be cooked. So, yeah. And are you going to be quitting Gorilla Tag? What do you think?
I actually, this is gonna like tie into like freestyle kind of a thing. I don't think that they're gonna follow through with this. I don't think another Axiom is gonna approve and like actually do it, because I think like after like a group of us, like us all getting together and like saying that this is not a good idea, I think they're gonna understand a little bit more. I don't think they're gonna follow through. If they do follow through, I most likely will be.
I guess we'll
I don't
see
think
tomorrow.
my parents are gonna want to.
I guess we'll see tomorrow. They're actually following through with this.
Oh.
So that's yeah. It's basically tomorrow is the deadline. So kind of sucks. So do you think this is gonna hinder Gorilla Tag content creation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Severely, yeah.
There's gonna be way less
I think it's gonna
players.
affect a lot.
Yeah, there's gonna be like way less content creators making videos now, considering most of the time when you go into a public lobby, if they do follow through with this, it will just be a bunch of monkey noises instead of kids actually talking. So
yeah, it's gonna be very, very extremely hard for movie creators, because like, let's say like my Discord, it has 1,500 people in it, and I'm not gonna be able to continue it. I'm like, my actors are not gonna be able to get on. I can't like everybody in my server is gonna have to do it for me to.
Yeah, same with me, because let's say I'd actually do it, but who's say my actors are gonna do it? Probably not. It's like it genuinely sucks, because it thinks like Gorilla Tag is more thinking about themselves right now than their actual community. Which
Like, I think that they should focus on other things. I don't know,
Exactly.
maybe like a moderation bot in each server, so you can like blurt out like things, but like not like you said in your video, like predators. That's more of an important thing than like this. I mean, I don't know.
there is one big thing, in my opinion, is basically I've seen tons of comments on my videos of people saying since the game's already going down the drain, they're just gonna be modding and kicking people from servers. I feel like this is gonna turn into a huge modding problem too, with people that are just mad.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be bypassing. Like I totally.
Now, I did see something. I don't know if it's true, but someone did post a comment on my channel. Someone uploaded a video on 4chan of them hacking into the KID player base and data system in 4 minutes. If that is true,
I don't think that.
but if that's true, we're cooked. We're cooked.
I don't think Gorilla Tag, they should not have trusted this little company that, like, if you were to go for a company and fix this, I do not recommend going with a company that hasn't even done it in any other game yet. I would not trust that. Like, they are not smart with that.
Yeah, they're not a well-known company either.
Exactly. They haven't even done anything with other game.
Yeah.
Popularity of the game's gonna go down. Like, it's already dying, and you're just gonna make it worse. I don't know what you're trying to do here. You're not really improving anything.
Alright, well, that's pretty much the end of this. You want to give like a final word and how you think?
I don't think they should follow through this. If you're seeing this, another Axiom or KID, y'all oughta lock in.
Alright, state your name.
Extreme.
He's a YouTuber, guys. Trust your mouth. Okay.
I know.
Yeah. Hold your applause, guys. Hold your applause. Alright, so basically, I'm here to just interview you, talk to you about what do you think about KID, hear your opinions and thoughts. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So, do you think KID is a good or bad thing?
Honestly, like, after thinking about it for like a while, I think it's gonna be a good thing for Gorilla Tag. I don't know about every single, but for Gorilla Tag especially, I feel like it's going to be a good.
Alright. Will you maybe like emphasize a bit more? See, like,
Yeah, sure. Like why I think it's going to be a good thing. Like, so I mean, Gorilla Tag recently has been listening to what we want, right? Like, we wanted more maps. They're starting to listen now. They gave us more maps. We want like I don't know, like less little kids now, right? Like, because everyone's saying, you know, the minigames kids, they're so annoying, like there's too many little kids in the game. Gorilla Tag is just a game for little kids. So they're fixing that with KID. and now people are getting mad at them for listening to us.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a good thing because you will have more mature lobbies. It'll just be a better experience.
It's just, I think mainly, like, in kind of my opinion too, I think just the big problem that I personally have with it is that even though we want to get rid of the minigames kids and something, I'm just not going to beat around the bush. Minigames kids are half of the player base. They really are. And it's just, I feel like it could bring down some, you know, player counts.
Yeah, that is true, definitely. But I was talking like to someone else about this, and he made a really good point. He said that, well, sure, the player count might go down. The player count actually also might go up because of this. Interestingly enough, because there are some kids with parents that don't allow them to play games, but if the parents are allowed to control settings like voice chat, custom names, and virtual stump like UG customs, then maybe they'll be allowed to play because they have more like restrictions and regulations. So it could go up or down really depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, definitely. That is a very good point that I kind of, you know, ignored in my last video because I didn't really think of that. That's a good point. Yeah, that is actually a very good point. It could even bring up the player count. You never know. Okay, do you think this is going to impact the Gorilla Tag content creator space?
I feel like if it does somehow bring down the player count, it will most likely make it better for Gorilla Tag content creation because of the fact that if people aren't able to play their favorite game, they might as well watch it instead.
Yeah, that could also, you know, get some more views to some other creators. It's just a big chunk, I'm gonna say probably 40% of the Gorilla Tag content creator space is trolling videos. And most of the times, they troll, like, kids. Because that's what, you know, gets the most views.
Yeah, that is true.
So I feel like those kind of creators that do that are probably not gonna, you know, that's probably gonna bring their views down a little bit. So.
Yeah, but at the same time, that isn't very, like, me personally, that isn't exactly content that I've enjoyed too much. Like, I've watched a couple videos. It's not really exactly, like, my type of content, and I feel like it's really saturated content.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If I'm being honest, if I'm being really honest, I feel like it kind of deserves to fall anyway.
It's lazy.
You know, it's lazy.
Yeah, it's very lazy. But I do feel like, though, one thing that might be better is with the removal of, like, some kids in Gorilla Tag, it might get rid of these really saturated fake ghost hunting videos, which I would love to get rid of. Because those are all over the Gorilla Tag content creator. Oh, yeah. We don't talk about them.
Oh, sorry. I
don't know what you said. Yeah, he didn't say anything, guys. That was a glitch.
Oh, yeah.
His mic lagged.
You know what's genuinely insane about Be Prepared? Their most viewed long form video, 20 million views. I estimated how much money they made off of that one video. Long story short, it's enough to buy a house.
Yeah.
Off of one video.
Insane.
Which I think it's pretty funny, and I respect what they're doing. It's not my type of content. I think it's kind of cringe.
I think it's lazy.
But, I mean, yeah, I mean, same, either way, but I respect what they're doing. Like, they're making a ton of money.
Yeah, like, no hate to the actual person themselves. Like, no hate to them.
Like, I've talked with Chase, like, the owner of, and we talk frequently because I help him with YouTube, and he helps me with YouTube.
Yeah, like, no hate.
And, yeah, he knows it's just crappy kids content, but he makes anyways because it makes him money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he would be, like, around 50K. I feel like that's, because it's a bit late.
But with the amount of backlash, there's been tons of backlash. I don't know if you've noticed. And with the amount of it, I'm hoping to at least make some tweaks to it to maybe make it a little bit more old user friendly, like older Gorilla Tag players, a little bit more friendly to it. But yeah, other than that, I think it's a fine, you know, company. It's a fine program.
KID is trusted by Google, like the largest internet
or literally, let's just be honest, the largest company ever. Honestly, at this point.
Pretty much. Well, one of the big, like, definitely one of the big 500 in the U.S. And upon others,
but
like Roblox.
It's just I can't necessarily trust KID because Google trusts them, because Google lets all kinds of websites on there. internet browser, which some of them are crazy.
That is
So-
very true. Yeah. I mean, that is true. I will have to do a bit of more further research into how KID operates, does things, and what their privacy policy is. But as of right now, they seem like a pretty trustworthy company. And, like, for those of you watching the video, just because you've never heard of a company does not mean that it's
I
not
never heard of another
trustworthy.
Axiom before I
Like,
played Gorilla Tag.
I mean, yeah. If we go into a public lobby right now and we ask someone what
They
another
probably won't even
Axiom
know.
is, I guarantee
Yeah, they
you
probably
they're
won't
not
even
going to know.
The question is, the final thing is, overall with
Sure.
everything, you think this is a good thing, right?
I feel like, yes, I feel like this is a good thing. I could definitely be wrong. If this ends up impacting
Tomorrow's
the
the
player
day.
base like a ton,
So,
well, we'll see
tomorrow's
how
the
it
day.
plays out. But I know that another Axiom won't let this game die.
Mm.
Tomorrow's the day that they're rolling it out early. You can click to try it later.
Yeah, so
next
pretty much
week,
within the
they're
next
gonna- it's
week,
gonna
you
be
guys will get your answer
mandatory
on
for
how this will
everybody.
turn out. So,
Yep. Me personally, I'm going to be signing up
Alright.
for it early and get those 500 sweet shiny rocks. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm gonna have to
Alright.
mandatorily
Well, I
do it
respect your
anyway,
opinion,
then
and,
I'm gonna
thanks
get
for
the
coming on
500
here.
shiny rocks and do it now.
alright. I'm here with Sourberry now, and basically, if you guys have already been through the last few, basically I'm just gonna be asking you some questions and asking your opinion on KID. So, let's just get into it. Okay, so how do you think this is going to overall, impact the community?
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Can you say it again? My mic broke down.
Yeah. So how do you think this is overall going to impact the community of Gorilla Tag?
I think it might reduce the player count a bit because some players will be affected by it.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think I'm not 100% sure on like what all it does, like if you have to be over 13 or whatever, but I feel like a lot of younger players will be impacted by it, so
Definitely.
that is probably not going to be so good.
So,
And then I
Mhm.
feel like if it restricts your voice and things like that, then this kind of like takes away the whole point of the game. And because like a lot of the game is based on like community and like talking to people. Like they originally thought the game was going to be like just playing tag, but most people don't even do that anymore. They just kind of like talk.
yeah, I feel like tag
Awesome.
isn't even a big part of Gorilla Tag anymore. So,
Yeah.
and how do you think this might impact your channel?
Well, if it does end up like forcing people, well, if it does end up like pushing people out of the game and like making people want to quit, then obviously views could drop like a bit depending on how far it goes. And if it does drop like a crazy amount, then that could help. If it does drop like a crazy amount, then that could be a problem because like most of YouTube covers like my income and like paying for like certain things and
Yeah,
so-
definitely. For most Gorilla Tag YouTubers, it does. It's a big thing for them.
yeah.
And how do you think that this will be a good or bad thing for Gorilla Tag?
I feel like it's a good concept to like kind of have this
Definitely.
idea of like keeping like younger children or whatever safe in the game. But I feel like honestly, all we really need is like a better moderation team. Like, I don't think we need to use emails and facial scans and credit cards or whatever to like prove ages and like get rid of the main audience of this game, which is usually younger kids. So, what was I gonna say? What was I talking about? I was talking about. I was talking about. Oh my gosh, I can't remember.
You're
I said. Why can't I remember? I was trying to lead on to something.
we can
but-
move to that
So yeah, it.
if you want.
Wait, what was the question
we-
again? So you
The
can
question
remind
was, do you think this is a good or bad thing for Gorilla Tag?
Oh yeah. So yeah, the concept is all right, but I feel like if we just had a better moderation team, then that could take care of it more easily. Like maybe if we had something, because like think about it this way, like seeing the stick is rare, but it's supposed to be like something that protects the game, and like
Exactly.
I've never seen it, so like that's kind of like you know.
Exactly. Gorilla Tag definitely needs more moderators in the game. They really do. It's a must.
Yeah, so I'd say instead of like putting in this, how about we just like improve maybe our moderation?
Alright, so Gorilla Tag's way to kind of like move this for the moderation is doing Force Guide. Do you know what Force Guide is?
No.
It basically they're
Oh,
giving
wait, Force Guide. I do.
they're giving these like
Yeah.
sticks away, which like have flames on them for Forest Guide people.
Mhm.
And they might even, I don't know if they like get into moderators if they do good. I don't know if they get into the moderation team,
Mhm.
but that's apparently their way of trying to keep it safe. But those are just regular players with a stick. Those aren't
Yeah.
anything, pretty much.
Those aren't like actual modders that are like able to like report and then, you know, it actually does something.
Yeah, those are just players that act well, and they get the stick. Okay,
Yeah.
now, the kind of like final question kind of I want to ask is, do you think this is going to hurt Gorilla Tag in the long run?
In the long run, I feel like there's a slight chance, but I'm mostly leaning towards that it's not going to affect Gorilla Tag in the long run. But I have like, there's a few, it's like mixed. So basically, it could end up just like everyone, like it just swoops by, you know, people do it, whatever. Or it could like drastically impact it in like tons of parents like refuse to like put in whatever information on there. So I'm saying it's mostly just like a 50-50, just kind of see how it goes. But I kind of feel like it's a bad mistake of the whole entire dev team to be like, alright, so we're just going to introduce this, then we're going to see how it goes, and there's a chance that our whole game just goes.
Yeah, tomorrow's pretty much the deadline, because tomorrow is when it actually, you know, releases for everyone. So,
Yeah.
hopefully this is good, and it's not terrible. Let's just hope.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
well, thank you for coming on. And,
Yep.
and that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun just chatting and hearing about some other opinions from some other people. And I want to make this very clear. Respect other people's opinions. I know, you're a little kid. It's hard to fathom that people may have other opinions from you. But you need to learn to respect others' opinions. And that's why I don't go off and I'm like, oh, your opinion sucks. KID is terrible. If other people have other opinions, it's cool. It's fun to talk about opinions and just, you know, coincide with what they're saying. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and that's about it. See ya.